This is going to be an interesting one. The man we were talking to, Becky was talking to earlier, in this crazy 86, Clemens Kauderer, going up against the man to watch, Diogo Correia, who's been unbelievably on form on this track. I think this is going to be an incredible battle.
Yeah, well, here we go. They're on the line. Door slam shut. Car slam into gear. Diogo Correia, the Portuguese driver, now comes off the line in the lead position. Been absolutely flying all day. What has he got now? As he goes for a big, fast initiation. That lightweight Toyota 8860 is going to be hunting him down, but Correia throws up the smoke signal, shallows up. Oh, and look at this. Clemens Kauderer making all the mistakes in the background as he straightens up, spins down the back end of the circuit. Diogo Correia now puts foot to floor and says, I'm just going to finish out this run day cool as a cucumber.
Absolutely, and Diogo Correia is a man possessed this weekend because he hasn't put a foot wrong. Every practice run you haven't seen on broadcast has been like this. Yep. Absolutely dialed, absolutely perfect. It looks like he really loves this track. Whatever way they've set that car up, everything's working. It's fast, he's got the angle, he's got the smoke. For Kauderer, you could see his problem. First corner, he's trying to come off throttle to let the car grip to catch up pace. Every time he comes off, the car starts to wobble, and eventually all those wobbles ended up in a spin. Because that car is a very snappy, small chassis with a lot of grip and a lot of power. But when you're in the chase position, you've got to adapt so much that that car doesn't like to adapt a whole lot to changes in angle or changes in throttle. You can see here, watch, he tries to come off the throttle to stay on the inside of the course. Watch, he's coming off throttle, not a lot of smoke, has to handbrake, goes back on throttle again, but has come off again. He's trying to balance that out. Then he throws in the handbrake. He's got a really weird momentum coming in there that just spins the car around. So a huge advantage to Diogo Correia. All he's got to do is not have an inactive chase and just get around in his chase run, and he's going through to the top 16. And the way he's driving right now, you'd put your house on him. Great qualifying, you know, great moments in practice. You've got to make it count when it counts. Here's the best chance he's going to have of getting to a top 16. He can't mess this up.
His second year now in the Drift Masters European Championship for Diogo Correia, and he's kind of found his feet. He knows the game, you know, he's learned, he's watched everyone else, he's learned how everyone sets their car up, what tyres they're using, how they approach the track, how they present themselves professionally. And I think now Diogo Correia is saying, oh, I get it. There's like someone switched the light switch on the back of his head and he goes, that's how it's done. Now I get it. Now I get it.
I think it's coming
and
together.
He has the tool to do the job. The car is a machine, you know.
And it's got a Mercedes engine.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. But neither does Clemens Kauderer's Corolla. You know what I mean? This is why we see the height of engineering, ingenuity. Kauderer still smiles on the start line here. He knows that a huge disadvantage. He's going to try to put in as much of a good run as he can. Correia's got to be careful here, not go too aggressive.
Oh, wow, and a spin and contact.
Well, that's definitely Correia's win, but Correia's got damage now to fix before top 16 because whatever Kauderer did, he spun.
I think there's a problem with...
I was just about to say, it seemed like the steering on that car was not correct.
There's something up with that car. And look, if we go back to yesterday, he did take that car off circuit in qualifying, so maybe a problem. And Clemens Kauderer, unfortunately, they're causing some contact between him and Diogo Correia.
I'm just thinking, oh yeah, you can see the car just snap.
He might have been lucky and get away with that because it was that front corner headlight. These guys run a big crash protection bar under the bumper.
About a foot from more damage. That tyre belt. That tyre belt does not.
It just touched the rear wheel, so I think he might be lucky.
I mean, at that speed, that's probably what, 70, 80 miles an hour there on easily. Initiation.
Yep.
And you know, all of a sudden you're hitting a car and spinning backwards. It's not a fun time. Kauderer comes over to Correia just to say, I'm sorry, that was my fault, something up with the car, and Correia's going, what just happened?
I'll have my guys call your guys.
Yeah, we'll exchange insurance details, and I'm sure we'll get it all worked out. But Kauderer having a look. Something's
not right.
Yeah, maybe a half shaft gone on the back of the car, or a drive shaft, or something. He's looking at a diff braking on initiation or something. Very unusual to see a man of his ability just spin dramatically out.
Like
so
that.
A lot of the time it can look like driver error, but something in the car I think has given way, and it probably would explain the spin.
Yeah, he's looking at the track stuff, throwing hands up, saying, I don't know. Something's wrong. Look, Diogo Correia, he's like, you know what? Top 16, I'll take that. I'm happy. I got a good team. Travelled a long way, but hey, here we go.
There you go. Results are in, and it's an obvious one. Correia goes through to the top 16. No questions there, and you know, he did a really good job, but nothing he could do there to avoid the incident. And again, from that perspective, he is marching on to the top 16. He looks confident. He looks like a man enjoying himself.
Cool-looking dude.
Yeah, he does look cool.
Cool-looking dude. Nice haircut.
He looks half as cool as that, Ian. We'd be pretty happy.
A quarter as cool as that, we would be happy.
Yeah, so he's
got the long hair going on, the olive skin.
Yeah.
What a guy. It's like a model.
Now, you can balance it out with being towed out of the gravel by a tractor.
Yeah,
so, you know, it's not as cool, but to be fair, and it's a Lamborghini tractor.
It's a Lamborghini tractor as well, yeah.
Swings and roundabouts. But as you can see from Correia, I think you're right. Very little damage on the car. They'll just take a check over of alignment before he comes out for his top 16 battle. I would not like to be getting drawn in the battles against him. He looks like he's on rails this weekend. And, you know, we saw what Randa do at round 1. We started seeing it early, that confidence, that natural ability to get around the track without making it look difficult. And as some of these drivers are making it look quite difficult, Correia is definitely not one of those.
No, Correia looks like he's got it in the bag. He's got everything dialed. So Correia now going to make his way back into the paddock after being pulled out of the gravel by the tractor. And we will move it along to the next battle. And I think that's just cosmetic damage.
That headlight looks like it's levitating just on its own. There's no panels left, just the headlight floating around on its own going, it's all right, staying here. But yeah, I think that's only cosmetic damage. A lot of these cars are running fiberglass panels or carbon fiber panels, so it looks worse than it is sometimes because these are not, you know, the same as the road car in aluminium or metal or plastic. They're a lot of very light panels, so they're almost designed to snap off and fall apart because, you know, it doesn't do any further damage and you can, you know, patch it back up for the next battle. So Correia now waiting to get out of the gravel and get himself back into the paddock. He's going to roll some of those stones from underneath his car onto the grass so that they're not on that tricky, very challenging initiation. And Correia will head back into the paddock with a win into the top 16, not the way he would have wanted it. He would have wanted a fair fight, and I think Kauderer, who's done so well all weekend, what a character, what a gentleman. Yes, something went very wrong there. No power.
Yeah, the car just reacted.
He threw it in, went to go on throttle with the grip, and no throttle at all. So I'm not sure what happened there, but Correia will take it.